that I've been hearing a lot of people come through, especially this time of year. People are starting to get ready for the tax season, and you're going to start seeing a lot of people try to get cars and pretty much just get themselves ready for the school season. Our school season has started for a lot of people, so now that they've gotten the school supplies out of the way, all right, a lot of people are starting to now try to get cars, and things that's going to require more and more credit. Okay, and one of these things that we're running into is people that's trying to get CPNs. All right. If you heard of people ask you about CPN, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat box. All right. CPNs. If you've never heard about it, we're going to go over what a CPN actually is. So I'm going to share my screen in just a minute here. Just a second. Let me go ahead and share this screen. All right. Because what's going on is people thinking that CPNs are actually legal. As you can see from this screen right here, it is not. Okay, it is definitely not. Now, the thing that people normally say is, well, I can get a CPN, right? And I can go ahead and get this brand new credit. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what that is. All right, a CPN is called credit privacy number. Okay, so it's like a 9-digit number that's not actually your social security number. So they're going to use that to try to go and get new cars, new houses, so on and so forth. But here's the thing here. Number one, they are not legitimate. Okay. So I'll go ahead and read this to you. First off, CPNs are not legitimate. All right. Some people claim that attorneys can issue CPNs to consumers as part of credit repair and as a way to keep their identity private. This is not true. CPNs are not issued by any government agencies as they are not sponsored by the U.S. government. The Social Security Administration does not issue CPNs. The plain fact is CPNs are nothing more than actual social security numbers that belong to other people. So you guys know what that is? That is identity theft. Plain and simple, that is identity theft. So a lot of times when you're running to people saying, hey, I'm going to go and get something right now and get this CPN so I can hurry up and go and get this car, understand that they are committing a felony. All right. And so now here's the things that happens to you. All right. Because now they're trying to spend more money because a lot of these people are charging $1,200, $1,500. If you're willing to spend $1,200, $1,500 or $3,000 in some cases that I've seen to get your credit fixed so you can get a car right now, then you can take care of credit repair. All right. A lot cheaper. And then you don't have to worry about looking over your shoulder or down the line as you're about to see right here. All right. So CPNs are used by credit repair companies to create synthetic identities. So these are what some of our competitors are doing. All right. This is the reason why we have that A rating with the Better Business Bureau, because we don't partake in these type of activities. All right. So here are some of the things that they're going to do. So when you repair your credit, this is the things they're going to ask you. They're going to get a CPN number, right? They're going to ask you to get a new phone number. Please, everybody, make sure that you mute your lines once you come on. They're going to ask you to get a new phone number, get a new email, a new address. If they've asked you all of this stuff, you should have already had red flags going up. But understand this: people buy things based off of their emotions more so than logic a lot of times. All right. So the main thing that they're focused on is I need to get this car. I got to pay these bills off right now. They're focused in the right now. So even though all these red flags are going up when a person is asking you to get a new phone number, a new email, and a new address, right? Those red flags go off and they ignore them because they're so focused on what they need right now. These people are in a bad way. So we can actually offer to help them, but they're going to these people because they don't have the information out there. So this is why it's so important for us to talk to people. All right. So they're going to try to get as much credit as fast as you can. They're going to tell you that they're going to buy some trade lines. That's why they normally ask you all this money. All right. Then they're going to ask you to lie on the application. They're going to say, you know what? Go ahead and file self-employed. They're going to say that you make $8,000 a month, right? And that's what they're going to use to apply for a new loan. And they're going to use that service. All right. So just looking at all of that, it's easy to see that this is identity theft. This is fraud. Okay. So here's the thing about those. And I'm not going to beat a dead horse on this, but the thing is, a lot of times they're starting to use, all right, they're using either old people's social security numbers or deceased people's social security numbers, but more often than not, because those normally, if you're going to talk about people that use old people's security or people that's deceased, then when you go to use it, you run a chance of that sending off red flags, right? Because if they're older, more than likely they have things on their credit report, correct? So they get caught that way. Or a deceased person, they get caught that way. So what they're using most of the time are little children's social security numbers. Now understand this. You may use this CPN to go get a car or a house or whatever, right? You just use the child's social security number. Understand that that child is going to grow up, right? And as that child grows up, eventually that child is going to start doing what? Using their social security, applying for credit. And when they start seeing things on their credit report that doesn't add up, what do you think the first thing they're going to do? Hey, this isn't mine. Fraud. So 10 years down the line, when this child comes of age, or 10 or 20, just imagine being 10 or 20 years down when you got past that crisis that you thought was just life ending, life threatening. You just, today, you were so focused on today that 10 and 20 years from now, your door gets kicked open for fraud. Oh, what happened? So just because everything is all good today doesn't mean that 10 years down the line that you won't be going to jail. All right. Now, this is exactly what I was just saying. So just look at this. All right. How many billions of dollars that they're charging every year? In 2017, there was 2.6 billion in child fraud. All right. These are the people that got caught. So think about that. How many people are getting caught? You see this? Existing card fraud, existing non-card fraud. All right. Account takeover. Y'all see all of this. This is just 2017 and it's going up. It keeps going up because more and more people are being misinformed about credit. So this is what I was just telling you guys. You can get caught years later. If you're using a CPN and don't get caught right away, it doesn't mean that you can rest easy. You can get caught and prosecuted years later. If you use a child's social security number, they may not find out about it until 10 years or more. When they do detect it, they will file a report and that will trigger an investigation. If your name is associated and using that social security number fraudulently, you could be in big trouble. So like we said, people, if it's too good to be true, it usually is. Okay, so this is information that you definitely want to get to people that's coming to you and say, hey, I can use a CPN and I can get my credit fixed right now. Right now, it's not planning for the future. You're getting your credit fixed so you can plan for your future. If you're fixing something right now using the CPN, you're planning the future for prison. All right. And that's not putting your children first. That's not putting even you first. All right. So make sure that you get this information to people when they start telling you about they want to do a CPN. Make sure that they know that it is illegal. Okay. Now, what are some other things? I'm gonna go ahead and touch on a couple of things real quick. When it comes to go ahead and trying to get leads, what I'm seeing a lot of people doing, they're not using the system. All right. So we have a system where we use calendars. Okay. Well, we use these calendars so you can actually reach your upline. Understand this, ladies and gentlemen. That is in place for you guys. So say for instance, you find somebody and they want to get their credit fixed, right? They inbox you and say, hey, I want to get my credit fixed. All right. They're ready to go right now. Understand this. Your time is just as important as their time. All right. If you went to a doctor and told them, hey, I need to see you right now, they're going to kindly guide you right back to the front desk, right? Fill out this paperwork, fill out that paperwork, so on and so forth. Or if you call them, they'll tell you book an appointment, correct? Treat your business the same way. Book an appointment. Don't call your upline or even yourself. If you may be in the grocery store, can you conduct business that way? No. Okay. Book a time that's good for you, and now that's the reason why we got the calendars, so you can do that. Okay. Hey, 3 o'clock, I see it's on your calendar. 3 o'clock is good for them too. Boom, I'm booking this. I don't even have to talk to you. I know you're available because the calendar says you're available. That makes sense, everybody. So make sure you're utilizing the system that's set in place for you, and that way everybody is moving ahead together. All right. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go ahead and keep you guys uh, on that long. I'm going to go ahead and get myself out of the way. We have a great speaker here. Great speaker here, Mr. Bobby Kim. All right. He is a regional vice president. So if anybody can tell you some good tips on how to succeed in this business and how to goal set and how to look at the big picture, it's this guy. I've learned so much from him. Every time I meet him, he's out there helping people. He's very approachable, you know, and he's a very stand-up guy. He's making the money. He not only he's making the money, he's teaching people how to make the money. That is crazy. Think about how many times you've run across people that are millionaires, all right, or even six-figure income earners, right? And they're making that money. They don't want to share with you how they're doing it, all right? And they're definitely not trying to tell you the mindset. This is what it took for me to get there. They're not telling you their story. Know why? They don't care. Well, understand this. Mr. Bobby Kim helps people regardless if he's benefiting from it or not, because that's just the way he is. So I couldn't thought of a better person to speak to us. You guys that came here last time probably saw him when he came last time, but we're recording it this time because we want to make sure that we got each and every word. He's actually just phenomenal. I see him in every state, just talking to people, and not just using words, sitting down, actually going through the business with people, showing them how to structure. All right. So I don't want you guys to take this for granted. This is a very, very, very incredible person. Without further ado, Mr. Bobby Kim, are you on the webinar, sir?
Absolutely. Gordon, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Awesome. Definitely want to give it back to you, man. Doing phenomenal things. In a short period of time that you've been involved in this company, and I just want to give my hat off to you, man. Again, you're a servant leader, and you put your team in before yourself, and it's just amazing to see what you do to go out of your way to be able to help other people in different organizations, and dropping the nuggets that you have. It's just amazing to see. So again, salute to you. So guys, welcome. Wanted to go over this information here tonight. I've been in this industry for quite a few years, and one thing I learned, guys, it's the personal development. And I hope you guys can take some gems from this information I'm going to give you tonight, right? And just understand it's a mindset thing, guys. Everybody wants to be successful in business, but no one wants to put the time or make the sacrifices, right? See, everybody made a choice to make a change in your life, but if you never made that choice in the first place, then we always know that nothing's ever going to change, guys. So I applaud every single one of you guys to become an entrepreneur, right? Not to rely on that 9-to-5 or that job security thing, because we know that's not real no longer, right? So here's the most important thing why we're having this, because you're already in the business. I want to welcome all the brand new agents. If you're hearing this information that the information you're gonna hear tonight for the first time, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna open up your eyes about the industry that we're in. And then I want to welcome back the reoccurring agents, or if you've been getting back active in the business, right? You got to understand the industry that we're in, guys. And I wanted to share this information. So real quick background on myself. My family's from South Korea, but I was born in Detroit, Michigan. I was raised down here in sunny Tampa, Florida. My background, I'm 36 years old, okay? Single father of two. I have two beautiful daughters. My background is in business and finance. I've been in sales since I was 16 years old. So, we're talking about over 20 years in the business and finance world. And everything worked hand in hand, again, with the company that we're in today, right? And I don't even have to talk about the company that we're in, okay? Because I want you to understand that the industry that we're in. Once you understand the industry, the company that you partnered with is the platform, right? So everybody goes through different deals. Everybody's trying to find different ways. But see, what you're trying to find is that right vehicle. Okay, the vehicles is what's going to take you to become successful, right? And that's the driving method. But you got to have the right systems. So you got to have a right sense of direction. And I truly believe, guys, today, once you understand the direction that we're heading, but you got to understand before you head anywhere, you got to understand where you're at today. And that's why I wanted to do this quick overview, guys, to talk about the industry that we're in. So let me go and share my screen really quick. Let me pick up right here before I share my screen. Let's go ahead and share this. The fact that, guys, I've been doing this in this business that we're in here today. I've been in this company for just under 2.5 years, right? And being in this business for 2.5 years, you got to understand that there's been time invested. See, no, this didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in the first month, right? It took time, okay, that I invested, because this is an investment in yourself, right? The company that you partners is, just a vehicle. So I want you to understand, as we get into this, guys, I've been able to create success because of where we're at in this company. So listen to this, guys. I want to get you educated about the industry. And after I get done, you're going to be proud to say you are a professional network marketer. Who cares if you're a bus driver? I don't care if you're a doctor or a lawyer, right? It doesn't matter if you work you're in sales or business and finance, you're in real estate. It doesn't matter. You're going to say, I am blank, right? And a professional network marketer once you understand the industry that we're in. So everybody's heard of Harvard, right? See, Harvard Business School did a review on direct sales and multi-level marketing. I want you to understand that this article was credited to the Harvard Business School, okay? Now I want you to pay attention, maybe grab a pen and notepad and jot down just some key facts, right? Just some key bullet points so you really, really understand where we're at in the company that we're driving in, the vehicle, okay? Network marketing has been taught to over 200 different colleges, including Harvard, right? After an extensive research in the network marketing industry, Harvard Business developed 3 criteria, all right? So this is very important. 3 criteria, you're gonna wanna write this down, that a network marketing company must have in order to make it a desirable opportunity, right? So when I say this, that people join companies, yes, we want to make money, right? Some people, I say 80%. And see, 80% is what they call the gig economy, right? So in the gig economy, 80% of people are looking just to make an extra $300 to $500 a month. And the reason why I know this is within this gig economy, last year it stated that you could take all the direct sales companies like the Amway, Mary Kay, Herbalife, Nu Skin, Shaklee, USANA, Monavie, LifeVantage, Organic Gold, World Ventures, ACN. I mean, the list goes on. Tupperware, Avon. There's so many different Noni Juice, guys. I mean, the list goes on. There's thousands of direct sales companies out there in the world, right? Well, I want you to take all those companies combined, right? And listen to this. Last year in the gig economy, Uber by themselves produced more 1099s than all of the direct sales industry, okay? Right? Listen to this. Lyft by themselves produce more 1099s than the entire direct sales industry, right? Listen to this, okay? Amazon produced more 1099s, right, than the entire direct sales industry. Why? That gig economy, that 80% people were looking to just make some extra income, to pay down some debt, right? To have more money at the end of the month, not more month at the end of the money. So I want you to really identify, I don't know who I'm speaking with, but if you're the individual that said, man, I'm just trying to make some extra income, okay? I want you to understand that the industry that you're in that can allow you to do so without taking time away from your family by clocking into another job. So I don't have to sell you on the idea of the company that we're in. I want you to I want you to be educated about the industry that you're in, and the platform that you're in is literally something phenomenal. You guys are gonna get fired up about this. So 3 key criteria, right? So number 1, the company must be at least 18 months old, right? See, we know the company has been in business for at least 18 months. So that's a check. Number 2, the company must have a product or service that is highly consumable, right? That is highly used, okay? That product, or having a product or service that is highly consumable, means repeated sales. Again, we have something that is repeated sales, thereby guarantee a customer loyalty, right? Versus a one-time sale and having to source new customers, right? So number 3, it needs to be a ground floor opportunity. See, most people would love to get in the ground floor of Microsoft, Apple, Google, Facebook. See, knowing what we know today, if that opportunity came again, we'd all do it. Pool noodles, purple socks, doesn't matter. If you could have been first at the ground floor, we all would have been excited. Well, here's why we're doing this tonight, because you need to get excited about the industry that you're in, number one, but the vehicle and the platform that's presented to you, the company that you've partnered with, right? This is where it becomes a game changer, okay? So number three, it needs to be a ground floor opportunity. Harvard Business suggests that in order for the opportunity to qualify as a ground floor, right? The ground floor, the number of existing agents or reps must be less than 1% of the total population of the company where the company is operating, right? Obviously, we're in the United States of America, okay? This figure equals to be 1.5 million people. If the company has less than 100,000 distributors or agents, Harvard Business, not Bobby, not Gordon, see, Harvard Business School considers it to be once in a lifetime. A once in a lifetime opportunity, guys. Not your next lifetime, not your second lifetime. We're talking about once in a lifetime opportunity. So forget about the ground floor opportunity. We're talking about once in a lifetime. And see, if you can understand the magnitude of what I'm talking about here, guys, we have less than 40,000 agents in the vehicle that we're in, right? But again, I want you to understand the industry. This is what they stated, okay? So think about the people that got in first in Amway, Mary Kay, Herbalife, right? Think about the people that got in first. Do you think the people who got in first make the most money, or the people that got in last make the most money? See, you and I already know that answer. It's a rhetorical question, right? The people that got in first. See, the opportunity was greater at the beginning, not greater at the end. That's not saying you can't make money at the end, right? It's just, listen to this, the ones that got in at the ground floor or within that 100,000 reps of that company was considered to be a once in a lifetime. This is where we hear about people making millions and millions of dollars, right? Hundreds and thousands of dollars a month, right? You hear this like, how is that possible? Well, it's very possible. Someone did it multiple times, right? Once you understand the industry, then once you understand the company that we're in, guys, you might not go to bed tonight, right? So listen to this. In addition, Harvard states that there are 4 distinctive stages. So write this down, 4 distinctive stages of growth in a network marketing company, right? Number 1, the foundation. This usually lasts approximately 6 months, and when a company develops a product or service, right, and the marketing plan. Number 2, okay, listen to this. Number 2 is that the concentration. This is a period that lasts 2 to 4 years from when the agent network is started, okay? Number 3, momentum. This is very important. This period lasts 2 to 4 years, all right? And this is when the company experiences phenomenal growth in distributorships, right, or agents, right, business partners, and this people here, right, within this 4 to 2 year mark explode. It's during this period when the company virtually sweeps the nation, right? Guys, we have less than 40,000 active reps. When a company's sales reaches 50 million, this is so important, guys. Listen to this. When the company sales reaches 50 million, that's where we're at in this company right now. It will reach what is called critical mass, and sales will virtually go vertical right off the graph. So pay attention where we're at right now, and I'm going to paint that picture of where we're about to go, because every company's gone through this, and I'm going to educate you on this. So, for example, we all heard of Herbalife. Herbalife reached $50 million, right? When they hit $50 million, their sales jumped to $150 million in under 12 months. That's just 1 year later. That's where we're at today, right? That's where we're at today, okay? That their sales jumped up $151 million in 12 months, and they added over 800 new distributors, or what we want to say is agents, to the organization. Think about where we're at today. We have less than 40,000. Think about just when this critical mass hits, and now the company that we're in has over 800,000. Let's just take half of that, 400,000. Where are you sitting at in this company now? Right? That's the magnitude of what we have. Whether you are a professional, guys, the fact that you're on the field playing, guys, this gives you a huge advantage, right? So you position yourself, you made a decision, right, to get in at the ground floor of something. Some of you guys might not even know, but I want you to be educated so you can get excited about this, because this Once it's gone, it's gone. It don't come back. Nobody waits on you. Opportunity waits on nobody, right? So again, in this organization, when they were producing, right, when they did 151 million in 12 months, added over 800,000 new reps in the organization. Say an organization is producing a bonus check. Let's say you're making $1,000 a month, guys, right? That's $250 a week, being that we get paid weekly here. When the company reaches critical mass, right, agents will automatically experience a tenfold increase in their earnings. Now, of course, you got to be building the business, right? In other words, if you're making $1,000 a month, it becomes $10,000 a month. If you're making $10,000 a month, it becomes $100,000 a month, right? Guys, we already know that there's people in this business already making a few $100,000 a month, okay? So this is the reason for getting involved on the ground floor, so you will be able to experience the benefits of massive growth, that explosion, all right? Number 4, stability. This is the period that lasts for a lifetime of the company, right? Think about McDonald's, right? Think about Nike, and think about Apple, right? Right? All these companies are now at what they call stability. Everyone knows who they are, right? But see, a network marketing company that is dedicated to success of its distributors will experience longevity, right? That's why we're in this business, to create longevity residual income. I call it generational wealth. And see, the people that get at the ground floor are the ones that are creating true generational wealth. Like the company Amway, they have, I think it was 4 generations of individuals making multi-million dollars, right? They created a generational wealth. So very important that you understand that the stability part is what creates the experience of longevity, thereby ensuring that an active agent will realize continued earnings growth. That means your kids' kids, okay? Very important. So based on this data, the people that are preaching about waiting until a company is 4 years old lose out on the true high dollar position. This is the person that you guys talk to. Well, we'll see if it works out for you. We'll see, if this company goes to the next level. Guys, look, we are pioneers of this. The pioneers are the ones that reap all the benefits. So if you're not in by year number 4, you will make money, but the upline makes substantially more money because of their position. Well, let me tell you this. We're all positioned because, again, we haven't even hit 100,000 reps, right? So going on to the next slide. This is so important, guys. Here's the key thing. I teach this, but I learned it from a world economist by the name of Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker teaches business. See, every business goes through something called the S-curve in business, and this is how it's used to be able to predict success. So every company goes what they call pioneering, formulation. And that's usually about 2 to 4 years they're going to recognize either they make it or they break it, right? So if you take a look, after pioneering stage, there's something that is what's called momentum. But if you look at the red arrow, that's exactly where we're at in our company, all right? So that little star is where we're at, okay? When they get to the blue dot is what they call critical mass or momentum, all right? That momentum phase. And that's when you have about 100 to 150,000 reps in that company. I don't care if it's lotions and potions. I don't care if it's bug juice or plastic wraps or healthy coffee. It doesn't matter what it is, right? If the company makes it past pioneering stage, now they brand themselves, now they're going to go on and hit that massive momentum. So where we're at in this company, I want you to understand that, guys, we're less than 100 to 150,000. But when we do hit that, obviously yearly revenues is going to rise, right? But the amount of people, so now you start creating a brand. Everybody's going to know our company. Oh, I heard of that company. I'm in. Not let me do the research. And then, no, it becomes a brand. If I say swoosh, what do you think of? You think Nike. If I say the Golden Arches, what do you think of? Right? You're thinking McDonald's. See, no one knew who those companies were at one point, but see, now you're understanding, right? So understand this, guys. I didn't make this chart up. Guys, people that go and get masters in business, they all understand this. Why? Because this is what they're taught in business class, right? The S-curve in business, Peter Drucker, world economist. So look at this. Once we hit that blue dot, guys, 80% of the wealth, listen to what I said, 80% of the wealth of that company, right, is going to be generated by the individuals that are in before the blue dot, right? And that's where we create massive, massive success. This is when you hear people making crazy money, and most people can't fathom, but you got to understand, once you understand this, then you understand, I can see why that is. Before pool noodles become big, right, no one cared about the pool noodle or understood it. But now pool noodles are sold every single day. There's someone still making millions of dollars off of those, right? As silly as it is, right? That's where you want to position yourself, guys, and that's where we're at. Then you get stabilization. Stabilization is usually 2 to 4% profits, right? You're not going to make a lot of money there, okay? So that's why I want you to understand where we're at, guys. We have less than 40,000. So this is a simple chart that I could talk about. You got innovators, people that are way in before everyone thinks that you're crazy, okay? You got the early adopters. These are the people that are getting in at where we're at today to say, man, I can see the vision. I can see how this can be a niche market, how this can take off, right? How this can take off, but you're still unsure, right? You're still unsure. Then you get the early majority, right? These people are like, yeah, we'll see how that goes out, and we'll get on board, you know, if it's going to be a successful thing for me to do, if it's worth my time. And you get 34% of these people, you know, those people, they're like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it sounds good. Some people are doing it. Yeah, I'll get on because, you know, Gordon's doing it. Then you get the late majority. These people just hop on because they just want to be a part of it, right? They say, look, I don't want to miss out on this thing. I'm hopping on, but this is the later majority of people, right? Well, we're not even there yet, guys. And then you get the laggards, right? That just come on just because they want to hop on the train, and they just feel like they don't want to miss out, but they're just in it, not really conducting anything, all right? So that chart there, it's a little tough to understand it, but if you understand this here, guys, this is the most important thing, the S-curve in business of where we're at and where we're going. So I love this one here, guys. This is so important to understand where we're at in this deal. And let me just move this around. Take a look at this. The current billion, right, with the B, the current billion-dollar club. Look at Amway, okay? Amway was founded back in 1959. They didn't reach their first $1 billion until 21 years later, guys. 21 years later, okay? Avon started back in 1886, right? They've been around for over 100 years. They didn't even hit their first $1 billion until almost 100 years later. Herbalife started back in 1980. They didn't hit their $1 billion, right, until 2004, right? Then I'll talk about the other company, Mary Kay. Mary Kay started back in 1963. They didn't hit their $1 billion until 1996, guys. So I want you to understand the magnitude of where we're at in our company, guys. With, you know, we're at a $50 million, right? Guys, we're so early in this, and it's not if, it's just when it happens. Like, who's gonna run with this business and treat it like a business, not like a hobby, right? If you treat it like a hobby, it's gonna pay you like a hobby. If you treat it like a real business and you clock into your business, guys, it's gonna pay you like a CEO, right? So we've all heard of these people and these companies that are making crazy money. Well, you're them. You're them when they got in at the time of where we're at in our company now. I want you to understand the magnitude of this, all right? So diving into the next aspect here, tail of the ticker, guys, history always has a way of repeating itself. Take a look at this. When Amway, again, started back in 1959, and now they're doing $12 billion a year, right? $12 billion, that's $1 billion a month. And do you know what Amway sells? They sell household products, right? You can buy this stuff on Amazon and for a lot cheaper, right? But listen what I'm telling you guys, Amway, right? They hit their first $1 billion, like I told you, okay? It was 21 years later. But look how many distributors they have out there marketing this company. 4.2 million. We have less than 40,000, right? Look at Nu Skin, right? Nu Skin is doing, right, $2.2 billion a year, but they have 800,000, if not 1 million reps of that company. Herbalife, 2.5 million, right? 2.5 million reps, guys, and we have less than 40,000, okay? So I want you to understand that. Now, understand this, the industry that we're in, this is where you're going to be proud. This is where you're not going to be shameful. You're not going to say, oh, one of those things. Wait, when someone says, oh, it's a pyramid and all the, look, be proud, be educated on what we're in, because the highest growing billion industries worldwide. Look at this. The NFL, $9.5 billion. The music industry, $16.5 billion. Organic products on the way to $100 billion. Like the movie industry, $80 billion. The gaming world, $67 billion. But look at network marketing. It is $167 billion, guys. We double, if not quadruple, a lot of these other industries here. Let me tell you this, the industry that we're in direct sales, right, has produced the most millionaires in the world. There's got to be something right about this. There's got to be something about this industry that people are creating success from, and numbers don't lie, right? Look at this, 167 billion, guys. And I want you to understand this. You know, it's so important to figure out why you got started in this business. Now that you understand the industry, you can say, man, there is an opportunity. But are you going to work the opportunity? Are you going to work the business, right? So what I want you to do is identify why you got started in this business. It can't just be money. I need you to identify why. Your why has to be bigger than your why not. Your why cannot be just money, right? Okay, you make the money, then what? See, it has to be bigger than money. I always like to say your why should make you cry, right? If I showed you a picture of my girls here, right? Take a look at this. Those are the reason why I do what I do, right? It's bigger than money. I need more time with my baby girls. I need more time with my family. I went through a divorce 3 years ago. I went from seeing them every day to now seeing them only Mondays and Wednesdays and every other weekend. My why was bigger than my why not, right? Once you identify why you're doing this, right, you have to stay committed to the reason why you're doing it. Long after the feeling and the emotion, right, that when you made that decision, right, when you set it in, has left. So the times that you're like, oh, I don't want to do this, or man, I'm not in the mood, those are the times that you got to keep on pushing, right? Because most people give up right before their blessing comes, right before their breakthrough comes, right? And I want you to understand that is so important, guys. It is so, so important. So let me fast forward here because I want you to understand, you got to think about this. And if you're writing this down, if you could write it down, say, once you identify your why, I want you to say it to yourself. I will stay committed to why I got started, right? I will stay committed to why I got started. But I will stay consistent so I can finish. Let me tell you this, guys. If this didn't make sense to you, I don't know what else is going to make sense whenever you ever go conduct business. Because anything in business, you're not going to go start up something that's in competition with the giants. But what if you could have been first in your area, like the first car dealership or the first cell phone store in all of your city or state? What if you just could have been the first? What if you could have been part of that massive momentum growth? And see, that's where everybody wants to be a part of if you really want to create massive success. And it's nothing that you're doing massively crazy. It was because you position yourself in the vehicle that was going to get you there. See, we all can just move along together, right? Work in unity, same beat, right? Same tune. Okay, they always say WIIFM, what's in it for me? You got to make it what's in it for that client. Don't make it about what's for you, but you got to get them tuned into it, right? So I'm telling you, what's in it for you? Well, guess what? Once in a lifetime opportunity. You're at the ground floor, right? We don't even have 100, 150,000 reps yet, and you're at the early stage of this. But the question is, will you be here next year? Will you be here 2-3 years down the road? It took these companies 20 plus years to hit the $1 billion, but the ones that were here 20 years from now, 10 years from now, made some substantial amount of income. And the thing is I'm going to say this, if not this, then what? This may not be perfect, but your job is not perfect neither. So why not stay consistent to why you got started and stay consistent so you can stay finished? So you got to be committed to why you're doing it, even when times get tough, because you show up to your job, right? You show up to your job when times get tough, even when you hate it, Even when you're mad at your boss or a coworker, you still have to show up to your business. This is your business, but you're doing it for your family, right? So as you go through these different things here and you go through the struggles and the hard times, guys, I want you to understand this. Look at this, right? What are these right here? It's a silly question, but can someone type it in the chat box? What are these right here, right? Can someone type it in really quick? Anyone know what these are right here? Bamboo trees. Good. Did you know, okay, did you know that if you plant a Chinese bamboo seed, it will sit in the ground for 5 years and it appears to not be making any changes? Then after that 5 years, then over the next 6-week period, it will grow 90 feet tall. See, I tell you this, if you don't stay consistent in your business, right, then it's never going to appear to make any change because you weren't consistent. But if you're making consistent and doing daily method of operations and you're running your business, right, like a real business, like a CEO would, but you have to clock into your business. You can't say, oh, I'm the boss, I'm the CEO of my business, I get to work from home, but you work less hours than you did at your job, right? You got to go put in the same type of work. That's why I say clock into your business, right? If you're going to do this part-time, you got to clock in part-time. Most people that work part-time jobs work 20 to 25 hours a week. Are you working 20 to 25 hours a week? If you're not, then you're not taking it seriously. Just go back to your part-time job and just work for $12 an hour, right? And be away from your family. But if you have the luxury of sitting in your living room or your home office and have your family on the other side of that wall, and after you get done from working your part-time, you get to be right here with your family, maybe take a quick break while you're working from a phone call and spend time with your family, get them fed, do whatever you got to do. That's what I love about this. But you still got to clock into your business. So understand the mindset, guys, that when things don't seem like that they're changing or you're not having massive success, understand the bamboo had no appear to make any type of changes or any type of results or not even a sprout for 5 years. Then over 6 weeks period after that, it grew 90 feet. That's where your blessing can come, where you can stay consistent in your business. And I don't want you to give up because you're one person away to taking your business to the next level. You're one person away from finding your next VP. You're one person away, what I used to call finding your blue M&M. You're one person away from finding that rock star. But more importantly, you have to have faith and belief. You need to look in the mirror and say, I'm the rock star. And once you identify that you're the rock star, guess what? You attract. You attract other rock stars, right? Stop trying to go look for them. You are one. Understand that the industry that you're in, once you understand this and you start getting excited about what I just shared with you today, people are like, man, I wish I could have been first. Well, you are. You know how people always joke around and say, well, is that a pyramid thing? And I say, well, what do you mean a pyramid thing? You know, the people at the top make all the money. Great. You want to be at the top? That's where we're sitting at. I always say that when they say something silly, I say something silly back, but that's where we're really at. And if I say that and they laugh about it, and they're like, what do you mean? I get to go show them. Okay. So remember, 5 years appears nothing. Next 6 weeks, it grows 90 feet. So how long did it actually take the bamboo to grow? Did it take 5 years or 6 weeks? And see, that's a very tricky question. That's your personal development, right? How much growth can you have? And so you need to learn something new every single day, guys. So if the going gets tough and you are at your breaking point, I want you to show resilience just like the bamboo tree, right? Bend, but don't break, guys. Bend, but don't break. Very important, guys, that you understand that. Hopefully you gained a lot of information from there. And hopefully you understand that the industry that we're in, you got to be proud. I want everybody to say it. Type it in the chat group. I am a professional network marketer. I am a future vice president. I am success. Not I wish, I want, I'm looking for. I am a professional network marketer. I do work at the post office, but I am also a professional network. I promise you guys, people are like, man, Miss Manuela got a lot of posture right now. She's excited, right? Edward, man, he got a lot of posture, man. He's standing tall. Like, see, most people would never say, I am a professional network marketer. People want to hide that stuff. For what? We have the best industry in the world. We actually have one of the best vehicles right now. Let me tell you this, guys. People are spoiled in this company. And see, I'm not name dropping the company for a reason, because this recording is going to go viral, right? And people are going to understand that network marketing is the truth. They're going to want to know the vehicle that we're sitting in, because it's the truth. So I want you to say, I am a professional network marketer. I am success. You are the definition of it. Why? You're part of a company that's literally propelling people that want more, even if it's the gig economy, that $300 to $500, guess what? They're going to position themselves, right? I am a future VP, senior vice president. I am a future pinnacle, right? You got to believe it. You got to believe it before someone else believes it. And yes, we can put belief into you more than you believe in yourself. And that's always important, but you got to believe in yourself. See, having faith and belief is so important, guys. It's recommended every day, just like showers and baths. It does wear off sometimes. Motivation wears off, but you got to gain this stuff every day. Those times that you start thinking negative, like, man, but what if this doesn't? Then you done already defeated yourself. But what if? But what if it did work? I am success. I am a professional network marketer. I am going to take this business seriously. Because if not this, then what? If not you, then who? Right? If not now, then when? When are you going to make the difference in your life? So I tell you this, forget about my speech. Forget about my excitement. My passion just comes off. Why? I understand the industry that we're in, and we're never, ever going to get to be first like this with less than 40,000 reps. We haven't even hit 100, 150,000 yet. We're only a $50 million company a year, right? And I'm telling you, the people that are here in the next 24, 36 months, that's only 2 to 3 years, but clocking in. I dare you. I challenge you to clock into this business and work just as hard as you do at your job. So I don't know what pace you're at your job, but I dare you to do that same thing at your job that you dislike, with no job security, no pension, no workman. I mean, look, no social security. What does your retirement look like over there? It's scary. I challenge you, the time and effort you put at your job to put into this business, and watch what happens. Next year, guys, you can all take me to a steak dinner. I promise you, you're going to be at a totally different mindset place, personal development place, but I can almost guarantee that where you make income-wise will be totally different, because you changed your belief. You changed your faith, but you understood the vehicle that you're in and you embraced it, right? So I'm not trying to preach to the choir, guys. I want you to understand that this opportunity is not going to wait on you. Don't let it slip through your fingers, guys. The cool thing is we're not selling lotions and potions. How many people need our service? Everybody. How many people have troubled issues that need our service? Almost everybody. Why would you let it slip through your fingers, right? So very important, guys. Get plugged in. Stick to our system. Get plugged in. Stick to our system. Systems are what creates massive success, right? Systems don't fail systems. Only people do. So I need you to get plugged into the system, right? Very, very important, guys. You know, that's basically everything I wanted to cover tonight. I want you to own up, right? I need you to look in the mirror and just ask yourself, are you giving 120%? If you're giving it only 100%, that's what you're supposed to do anyways on a daily basis. That's what you're already supposed to do. Don't tell me you're giving 100. No, you need to go give it that 150, that 125. That's when you do the extra stuff. But if you're just doing 100%, that's what you're supposed to do anyways. Okay? That's what you're supposed to do anyways, right? So, guys, I'm super excited for our future within the vehicle that we're in. I'm always excited about the industry that I'm in, because it's the only industry that's going to give me time freedom and financial freedom at the same time. No job is ever going to tell you, hey, Kevin, come over here. We're going to give you time freedom and financial freedom, right? We're going to give you all the time you want and all the money you want. There's no such thing, guys. this industry can create that for you, but you got to put the work in. You got to put the work in, guys. So I'm super excited for you. You know, just get plugged into our system. You gotta be coachable and teachable, right? And you got to work on your personal development, work on your faith, work on your belief, and say, I am a future VP or senior vice president. I am success, right? I am going to make this happen. Not I hope or I wish, you know, let me cross my fingers. Let me pray on. No, guys, you can pray all you want. And there's nothing against or on that, but you got to put the action in. You got to put the action in behind the prayers. I'm just being honest. It's a simple system, right? But sometimes, again, I mean, you guys give up, and people give up too quick before that blessing comes. So, guys, stay consistent. You know, I'm super excited for every single one of you guys. You know, I want to see every single one of you guys' success, and we will see every single one of you guys at the top.